Hi friends, I've got just a quick aside on recordings. When I record my videos, I want you to hear me like I sound. And so I'm recording through my phone and I've got a cheap to moderate microphone set up. I do no balancing of the sound. After recording, I just cut out the silly bits and to make it a little shorter and make a little more sense. And then I share that with you. I might at some point be able to afford software and hardware that balances the sound. But my commitment to you is when you hear me, you are hearing what I really sound like. There are an awful lot of people that are making recordings whose recording sounds like they play. I appreciate and I applaud them for that. And I look up to them and I see how they're playing and I know they're just sitting in front of a nice camera and a nicer microphone and maybe a mixer, but I'm getting the real sound. I want to hear someone like they sound. I want you to hear me like I sound. And I'm saying all this because I compare myself to them sometimes. And these are folks that have been playing for years. So I look up to them and I see them as a standard to achieve. But I need to compare myself to myself. You need to compare yourself to yourself. Now, there is a whole nother set of recordings you find on YouTube, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Spotify, whatever it is. And they are people who are recording in recording studios. Please be aware that when you listen to one of those recordings that looks like they've got a lot of professional equipment set up, they probably do. None of us will ever sound like that. And the reason is no one sounds like that. So don't compare yourselves to those recordings. Learn from those recordings. Emulate some of what they do in those recordings, but realize that those folks that are just sitting in front of a microphone with a camera and maybe some mixing equipment who have balanced their sound, you're hearing them like they really play. So those are different levels of what to do. I'm learning from the professionals up here as to what could be done. But I'm not trying to get my sound to sound like theirs because their sound doesn't sound like that. They're in a studio. Then there are those who are professionals who are just recording themselves and balancing the sound. I love to learn from them. And then there are folks like me who are just sharing who we are, how we sound, so that the rest of us know the reality of what our whistles sound like. So when I make mistakes, you'll hear some squeaks and squawks. I'll cut out some bad stuff, but I want you to know how I play because my goal is to encourage you. And so I want you, I ask you to listen to other recordings, please don't take that as something to look down on yourself with or beat yourself up with. They sound like that because they're in a studio. Some people sound like that because they've been playing since they were a child and they're amazing now. You and I are just getting going. So compare yourself to yourself. Learn from all these people, but please don't think that you need to sound like them today, okay? Just wanted to share that. I think because I needed to hear it as well. Until next time, my friends, happy low D whistling.